Recording. Okay. So it's important when you get added to those groups that, you know, just make friends. So introduce yourself. Make sure your profile pic is clear, you can see your face, and that it is representative of you. So not your Halloween profile pic. And change it up every once in a while. Changing up your profile pic shows it in your timeline. So change it up if you can every, I'd say every couple months. I haven't lately. So another tip to making friends, try and post viral threads. So sometimes it's funny videos, a picture, but repost them. Usually click on them. If somebody else has posted them and you see them in your timeline, click on them so you go back to the original poster and share from there. So viral posts will get you traction. The next thing, what you're posting. So ask questions. And I forget, I've asked a couple in the last, the one that gets a lot of traction is post the 8th picture from your cell phone. And people are posting. And I think they're lying most of the time. It's whatever picture they want to show me. But like you get 50 or 60 responses. That gets your posts on Facebook seen by more people. Every day you get a message that there's happy birthday. 7 of your friends have birthdays. Send them happy birthdays. Send them a message, happy birthday. That gives you more traction. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is knowing when to post. If your core group are working women, they're not going to be home during the day when you Hootsuite all your stuff. Post it 8 a.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m. Know when your people are online. And that's where the majority of it is. Like I look at my my fitness page and it's flat during the day, up at night, up in the morning. So that's when you get most traction on your post. So if you're going to post an invitation to a challenge group, early morning, but usually later at night, and Fridays and Saturdays that aren't too busy, like not an Easter weekend, but or Sunday nights. Don't share your laundry in the sense of, I'm not saying don't share your struggles, but don't do like a rant about your mother-in-law, unless you're on the I hate my mother-in-law Facebook group page. Keep things positive on your page. People see enough negative without having to deal with it in on your timeline. So now, next thing, so finishing the month strong was the last thing I wanted you to talk to you about. I want you to comment if you have done an event lately. I see no comments. Anybody lift a finger up, say they've done an event lately? So I challenge all, I don't know how many of you are on here, 8 of you tonight to create an event. Now, how many of you do not know how to create an event on Facebook? Event. Okay, perfect. Oh, you guys disappeared. I'm not the best at Zoom, but I will try to share my screen so that you can see what. Can you guys see that? Okay, I can't record. Oh, I can't minimize.
We can't see anything yet, Suzanne.
Okay. And I can't make you guys disappear without not recording. Okay. Oh, there. So, when do you see it now?
We see something now.
Okay, perfect. So, let's go. When you're at your home page and you come down on the left-hand side here, you've got, if you can see here at the bottom, create, add, page, group, or event. Oh, look at that. It's Leslie. So event, you're going to click on it. And this is where you're creating an event. So you're going to choose to probably upload a photo. I don't know if I have any on here. So I'm going to do Believe in Yourself. And my May group is called May Mission Slim Possible. Location is your, so as I'm doing this, this is exactly your, I always put your living room. And I'm not just use your living room. And then I'm going to start it tonight at 10 and end time. I'm going to end it for the 1st of May because I want people signed up for May 1st. That is my goal, right? So what I'm doing for May group is I'm actually promoting a beginner group. Because of the new program that's coming out on May 16th, I'm going to start them on May 1st with their nutrition plan and their food and you know, planning things out. And then on May 16th, when the program rolls out, they'll have had the 16 days of planning their foods, getting used to the containers, eating in the right calorie bracket. And then, and actually they could start with like the yoga 3-week retreat. And then when the May 16th, when the UV2 comes out, oh yes, thank you. Then you can, so you want to make sure it's a public event. Thank you to whoever circled that for me. If you do a private event, then only your guests will see it. If you do a public event, then anybody can see it, and their friends and friends of friends. Yeah, this is going through my Susie Q Fitness page. Add an event photo. I had one. I like to do it off my personal page personally because you can, but I don't know if it lets me do it. But okay. So once you've created your event, you can, oh, it's not the right picture. You can invite all of your friends. Now, if you're like me, I'm like at 2,300. I have to create more than one event because it maxes out at, I think, 500. So, but this, so if you have any new friends, let's go back to stop share. If you have any new friends, certainly start by inviting them. What I'm going to do, there is actually a script from the eNation for the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. In front of it, I've put on a script of getting to know someone before a challenge pack, and then you'll see it walks into the 21-day fix. You're going to walk into the Beachbody On Demand script and go from there. There's a lot of information. I kind of chunk it more than what she does, but it works, and it's an awesome deal. Like between now and the end of April, the more people we can get signed up for the, and to tell you the truth, as a coach, I look at the Beachbody On Demand annual access pack and I go, what is Beachbody thinking? Right? Because most of our challengers are repeat challenge pack buyers. But I have to believe that somewhere in there, they have whatever, a master plan that is, because I'm sure it's not their intention to challenge coaches, because if every month you have to sign up all access on demand people, that's a big challenge. You know, you want people to be repeat customers and bring in people with them. That's how it's worked for me for the past 3 years. You know, people talk. And not that the all access people won't talk, but you won't get that second challenge pack from them or the second program. So I have to believe that whatever's coming out in May with the international sales and whatever other programs are coming out, that it's going to benefit us in a big way to have the all access. That's all I can say. So between now and the end of April, I would suggest trying to get as many people on it as possible. And I have to kind of put my trust into where people have brought us so far, because they haven't let us down so far. Any questions while we're here? I have to get some new friends. Really, you should be adding, trying to add at least 5 new people a day. When they accept your friend request, send them a message, thank you. Why? Because all of a sudden they'll start seeing your posts more. There's a whole algorithm behind Facebook that I still don't understand, but I just know the more people I talk to, the more people see my stuff. The more people comment on stuff, so the more interesting questions I ask so that they respond, the more people see my things. And I get, like, I posted, and I'll post both of them. I posted a really generic post about a test group, beginners test group. Got tons of traction on it. I'm still talking to people for challenge packs. I'm already at 12. I posted one about coaching, about how would you like to make $500 a month, right? And of course, that's not a beginner coaching, right? But that's a building a business, and it depends. Some coaches fly and are making that, right? But it got a lot of traction and got me talking to people I didn't even know were following me, right? All of a sudden they sent me messages. And out of those, I've got a handful that I'm still talking to about coaching. So they may not be ready. And I've got some that are like, oh, I'd love to do it. Like, I can't. And those are the people, oh, can I get in touch with you next month? And you put them in your calendar. But I'm going to post those. Should I put them in the file with the scripts? I see Sasha nodding. So I'm going to put those all together with this, about this call. And I don't know how many minutes I'm at. I try and talk fast so I can get through everything. Is there any questions? Yeah, Sasha says she tried. I got a ton of new conversations. Yeah. So I've, out of the beginner group, I've got one coach signed because of it as a test group, and I've got 3 challengers. So it's very generic. It's about the new program coming out, beginner, and I think it's a really good idea for people that are intimidated about starting, right? Step by step, and anybody who's not using Rochelle's challenge group posts, it's awesome that the amount of action in your challenge group, people that are like, we're at the end of the month right now for my challenge group, we're in the last week, and usually you lose people by now. They're not posting anymore, and they're still posting every day and interacting in the group. I had a complete stranger ask me about wanting 10 people post. Yeah. So the other thing to do when you're posting something about that, ask for a share. Ask people to share it. Go ahead, Sasha.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, give it a try, guys. It really works. It just really sparks the conversation, and and you just send them the webinar, like the one that we have in Team Fitspire. It's a great webinar. People watch it, and then you can just ask them questions and talk with them about it. It's been great. Like, take her advice, guys. Just go for it. Don't be afraid. Put yourself out there.
Yeah. The key is, if you're not posting about you on your Facebook page, that's what you need to be, and on your fitness page, that's what you need to be doing. Because people, Yes, every morning I share a motivational post. Every single morning. That's the first thing I do. I get up, I post in my groups, I do a motivational post. After that, I post about my workout. I always post about my foods on Sundays or during the week. You have to be posting about what you're doing because that's what people are interested in. They're not interested in, and I'm not saying, they're interested in seeing that viral video about the cat falling off the TV into the aquarium. They want to see that. But they also want to see what's going on with you. And that's what's going to be important to them, following you. And they follow for a long time. Like you've either got the ones that are quick to the gate and are right off the bat buying a challenge pack, or you've got the ones that are following you for 3 years before they finally do it. And I can tell you, I've got one in my group right now from out west. She's been following me for 3 years before she finally bought a challenge pack this month. So, and you just have to believe that it's going to happen, but you have to put it out there. You have to put the invitation out there. Another way it was said, and I think it was Sasha, you were with me with Arnaud, he said, ask people not to join you, but to keep you accountable in your journey. So specifically ask people to keep you accountable. Who would be willing to keep me accountable? I'm struggling with this, or I'm doing this 21-day challenge, or I'm doing this program. Who would want to keep me accountable? And form a little support group. Those are people that are eventually going to say, oh, I like what she's doing. I want to do that too.
And I was just going to say too, that new, the challenge group guide, Rochelle's guide, it's incredible. Like I've been kind of shadowing your group, just watching Suze. The people, they're in there, they are opening up. I opened up my group last week, so we did our opening week. We started day 1 today. I'm gonna cry. I have never in my life had my challengers open up like this, and I'm on day 1.
Yeah.
Like I have new challengers in there, but I also have repeat ones, and they're opening up in ways I haven't even heard them before. Use this outline, guys. She has created such an incredible thing to follow. It takes all the thinking out. You just copy and paste. You're interacting with people. You can change the words, of course, to match you, but this will form people into natural coaches, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, look at that outline, follow it. It is like I said, I'm on day 1, and my mind is just blown. Right? Like from last week, just opening it up, getting people talking about food, throwing out food, the steps to take before it all starts. It's just so precise and it's so good. And everybody responds to it because it literally digs deep. Every post digs so deep into that emotional freaking place that got every person started. Right? And I think that's been the missing link for so long is me and I think for a lot of coaches is finding that barrier to get people to just really open up and start sharing about the deep pains and stuff like that we feel every day, right? And this is doing it. So I would just recommend to get in there and start using it. It's awesome. That's all I got.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to, 3428, sorry. I'm going to post both. I don't know if does everybody have access to Rochelle's? If not, because I know some of us are adopted, talk to your, I want to say upline coach, so Sash and I, and they should be able to share the Rochelle's document to your Google Drive. The other thing I'm going to put down I'm going to do 2 separate documents. One for the post about the coaching with the kind of scripting that goes with that. One for the post about the challenge group. And you can change it up. If you want to do a challenge group geared to your niche, like lifting, or I always find it's better to be generic. But if you want to focus on moms, just change the wording so it suits you, right? Busy moms with kids. That's what's important when you're doing it. the idea is that the core of what's there, and I didn't post, like, I was so surprised, no picture, no nothing with it, just the wording, looking for 10 people. And the response was incredible. So I was really surprised, like, you know, because I've done posts similar to that before and never, so whatever it is, spring is in the air. I've had other former challengers comment. So the other thing is, check back with your former challengers too, those of you that have them, because those are the people that say, you know, are going to bring somebody else online with them. So recap of tonight. Make sure you're adding friends. So those top 5 interests, start adding yourself to groups on Facebook about them and check in with them every once in a while. If somebody posts online about health and fitness and working out and whatever, comment, start a conversation with them. They're opening up to whoever in the universe to wanting to better themselves. It might go nowhere, who knows? But they've already opened the door. Start adding people from that recommended list. Make sure that they're not friends of coaches or coaches. I don't like adding Beachbody coaches because we've got 10 minutes. So because I find that's kind of a waste. I follow the coaches I want to follow, and after that, that's it. Birthdays. Every day, wish those people happy birthday. Connect with all those old people, like old teachers, I have a former principal who's retired who now wants to be in a challenge group. Surprising. You know, you never know who, and don't limit other people with your restrictions. Oh, they would never want to do that. Do not make decisions for other people. Let them see what you're doing. Send them a friend request. They make the decision if they want to join you or follow you or not. Right? And that's hard because you think, oh, that person would never want to do that. Maybe it's a fitness person, right? Maybe somebody who's already fit. You don't know those struggles that those people go through. So invite them, you know? And so you're joining groups. Now I'm going to post those scripts and I'm going to post them out there. Ask people to keep you accountable. Those are the things that are going to push you along to sharing. Make sure you're sharing stuff about you. Make sure you're positive, you're motivational, and that you also share your struggles, things that you struggle with. So less is more. Keep it simple. People respond. That's exactly it. Anybody else want to share anything before we run out of time? Jonathan giving me the peace sign here.
He bought a didgeridoo, so he wants to show you guys.
Okay. Since nobody has any questions.
So this ought to be cool to learn.
Yeah, the didgeridoo, guys.
Like there's actual
There's a bag on it right now.
There's actually theory and, you know, a way to play it.
Probably.
Or are you just blowing it?
I'm gonna YouTube it.
Learn how to play it.
I don't know. I figured it was cool to get.
It is cool.
It is.
I used to live in Australia for a year, so I always wanted one, so I'm gonna learn how to play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
YouTube is the place.
I'll learn a song for you, and then I'll play it next call, and then we'll go from there.
We'll be waiting for it. We'll be waiting.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be my own solo.
Okay, back to business.
Toodles.
Get this guy out of here.
So those are my tips. Right now, the other thing you should be sharing is about Leslie being on the trip and how jealous you are, right? Even though you're not there, the concept that you could be there, like for me, I can't be there, even though I could be there if I didn't if I wouldn't have to work, right? So the concept that you could be going to on earning a trip is cool, because a lot of people have never been anywhere. So that's a possibility, but you should be sharing, hey, look at my coach. She's, catching the sun in Punta Cana without me. But that's something you should be sharing, like the Super Saturdays, meeting the celebrity coaches. So you definitely, if you haven't been to a Super Sunday or a Super Saturday, you should be trying to make it to one. They are awesome, like beyond awesome. And then we get to meet each other in person, right? Which is also like, we see our faces here, but we're just so much better in person. So definitely you should be trying to make it to those and promoting those online. If you haven't invited people to the webinar or to the events, like the live events, definitely something else, right? The webinar is great. Like I always put, like we do have live events. I think the next one is next week, right? But if you need to see the webinar, like a lot of people don't want to wait, and you don't want them to wait 2 weeks to see the next event. So use I think the recorded webinar, the February one, has the annual Access Beachbody on Demand, but at the regular price of $237. So when you tell them it's now $186, it's like, wow, great. So definitely use it. Now, the other mistake I made this week that watch where your people are coming from. I was trying to sell someone in the States the Canadian price. So she says, well, I'm on the website, it's 160. I'm like, oh, go check her profile, and she's in the United States. I'm like, oh, you're right. Look at the good deal you guys are getting. But like, check that out, right? Because I probably would have had her sold on it like earlier, because of like they pay anyways, and the shipping is awesome there too. So I think it's $2 shipping for a challenge pack in the States. So yeah, so just be careful and make friends with people in the States, because it's the price is so great down there that it's I don't say it's an easier sell, because they have to be ready either way. But yeah, your top 5, and I actually challenge you tonight. You're going to join some groups, and you're going to post what groups you join them in the Fitzfire files. Okay? So try and join at least 5 groups before tomorrow morning and post the names of them in the files that are related to that's your homework tonight, that are related to your interests, and you're going to post them in the files. Everybody up for that? Yeah, sharing that Leslie's in the test group is like, anyways, any other questions? Yeah. Now, if only Leslie would have popped in from Punta Cana, I can't imagine what the cost of the internet would be there, but yeah. So, fist bump. I don't know how to stop recording now.